Yeah. Hi, my name is Sihan. I'm from Saratoga High, California. I'm an incoming junior, and my project is called guppy detection. So for the base project, um, what I wanted to do essentially was to create some kind of model, machine learning object detection model that could identify a guppy and do something cool with that. And the first step of that was to find a data set, which turned out to be quite difficult. But after I found it, I made a model and I connected that model to a camera on the Raspberry Pi with code. And yeah, I will show you a demo. So wait a second. Yeah, I wrote all my code on a monitor connected to the Raspberry Pi because I had some issues like connecting my laptop to the Raspberry Pi. So I just kind of took a video of that whole process of running my code. Let's start from the beginning. Yeah, it's a bit grainy because I didn't have enough data when I was downloading it. But yeah, basically, wait, what just happened was I ran my code, and this thing in front of you is the camera. And because my guppy tank is a bit far from my desk, I just took images online to show you guys. Yeah, so the camera takes a picture every 10 seconds. And after it takes a picture, this picture is sent to my model online on a website called NanoNets. And yeah, here. That, believe it or not, is the picture that was just taken. It's quite dark, but all these black boxes are pictures of copies you saw before. And underneath, it says it's a JSON response. That was the prediction that the model made. Yeah. And I think one of the challenges, the hardest challenge that I had was setting up my Raspberry Pi. I had a lot of internet connection issues, and that brought me to the whole world of how Wi-Fi works and like how you can connect different devices to one Wi-Fi and how there's multiple types of Wi-Fi, public, private, secure, unsecure. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. And one of the overall lessons I've learned is that, especially with engineering, anything you're trying to learn just leads to a bunch of other new things that you realize you also don't know. So yeah, it's a pretty overwhelming learning process. It's pretty fun. Thank you. And does anyone have questions?
Yeah, I have a question. How were you, I guess I could say, how did you manage to get the guppy data set to work with your model?
Oh, right. Thank you for asking. Actually, my instructor, Jason, helped me write a little script that takes screenshots of images of copies online. And thanks to that, I could download that data set and input it into my model over here. And I annotated these models manually by drawing boxes around all the guppies in the images. And that's how I trained my model. Yeah. And actually, this was pretty life-saving for me, but in terms of data accuracy, it's not enough. And so I think in the future, one thing I want to do is use augmentation, which is a strategy to use your pre-existing image data set to create new new images for your data set. What I mean is you can make slight modifications to your images, such as rotating them, changing the color, just like warping them. Yeah, that's what augmentation is. And actually, I also wanted to show another issue that I'm having with my model, which is despite this accuracy looking relatively high for my model only being trained once on 100 images, there is an issue where my model is over predicting. Here there's 3 boxes, which are supposed to represent 3 guppies, where while there's really only 2 guppies. And I think one of the reasons this is happening is because the bounding box is rectangular, which makes it a bit vague to distinguish what is a guppy and what's not. And a better idea would be to use another type of object detection, which is image masking, and where instead of a rectangle as your bounding area, you would have like a shape with more sides. Yeah, that would work better with guppies, I think. Thanks.